Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the best cards to buy on day one of NBA 2K26 MyTEAM, not 2K25, 2K26. And that is the best, as in, like, a couple of these cards are completely pretty much unattainable. They don't even exist on the auction house. But we're going to talk about the best guys, and at every position there are at least a couple guys. There just aren't that many cards that are viable right now, to be totally honest, but there are at least a couple guys that you can go out and get that can be decent options at every single position right now for a decent chunk, or for a reasonable amount of MT, that are still some of the best cards you can buy on the auction house today. So if you're looking to upgrade your squad, you built a little bit of MT from day one, day two of the game, hopefully this video will help you out. With that being said, before we hop into it, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 50,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, multiple videos a day. We're going to be uploading so much NBA 2K26 content. It is crazy. So we really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's get into it and let's get to work. So we will start off with the point guard position. The best point guard in the game, I'm not even sure if he's on the auction house. He is on the auction house, is Pink Diamond Ja Morant. This is the best point guard in the game. If you have the MT, he is the guy you should probably get. Absolutely insane at literally everything. He's a great shooter with a good jumper. He's an incredible slasher, extremely fast, legitimately solid defensively. He's not huge, but he doesn't really need to be. His badges are also extremely awesome. He is just an incredible card. One of the very best cards in the game, bar none. Extremely elite option. No brainer, I feel like, in all honesty. He is the best point guard in the game. That being said, outside of Ja Morant, your best option is this Mike Conley, who's actually very, very good as well, and is only going for, okay, what? He was, I'm so confused. He was going for 20K all day, and all of a sudden, I guess a bunch of them got bought, but one of them just got busted for 22. He will probably eventually go up in price a bit, but he's a lot more reasonably priced than Ja Morant. He's a card who's been going for 20K, and he's not the slasher Jaws, but he can dunk, 80 driving dunk. He's an inch shorter, but he's pretty similar as a shooter. Jumper's, I would say, a little bit worse, but not much. It's not a bad shot. He's a great passer. He's a solid finisher. He's a good defender. He's not as good as Ja is. Ja's a little faster. Ja's a little better defensively. Probably Ja's a better slasher. Like, Ja is overall the better card, but Mike Conley's a 10th of the price, if not less, probably less. He might be a 20th of the price. Like, he's legitimately so much cheaper, and he's still a very good option that I feel like he's the guy that most everybody should probably pick up if you are looking at a PG right now for a reasonable amount of MT at your starting point guard spot. Mike Conley is kind of the guy to get. Outside of that, your options do become pretty limited pretty quickly, because like there aren't really any other point guard eligible options that you can buy currently. I guess this Kate Martin's not bad. She's not terrible, believe it or not. I know she's a WNBA player, but she's actually not that bad. She's 6 foot and she's got 88 mid-range, 89 three ball. She can't dunk, but she's not complete. I mean, she's not good defensive. She's not atrocious. 84 perimeter, I guess, is something. 85 speed to the ball. 6 foot is not as small as some of the other WNBA players. She's not horrifically terrible, but I don't know. For me, it's kind of Mike Conley or bust for the most part, or use like a free reward player, or maybe like a cheaper option, like a Ruby Steph Curry or something like that. Ruby Steph is not a bad option, I wouldn't say at all. Ruby Ja is a really good slasher as well. You could obviously use Ruby Ja. Both those guys are going to be expensive, to be fair, because they're obviously like very desirable rubies that don't exist a lot right now, especially Steph. Steph's like, apparently he moves really well this year, so people are paying way too much for his Ruby. If you pull him, sell him, is my opinion. Ja's not that insanely expensive. 17K isn't like, it's still pretty expensive for a Ruby at this point in the year, but gems of the game, Mike Conley's the worst version of the diamond. You could use that card, I guess, if you wanted to pay cheap. I don't know. At the point guard position, those are your guys. Shooting guard. There's one guy who's kind of head and shoulders above the rest in terms of viable shooting guards. It's this Bradley Beal. He's extremely good, and he's also not that insanely expensive. Like 40K is a pretty reasonable price point for a card as good as this Bradley Beal card is, in my opinion. He's an awesome scorer. He's not actually particularly bad defensively, which is super nice as well. His jumper's money, good slasher, solid fade, like really good day one card. Moves pretty good too. He's a very nice option. Outside of that, again, I mean, your best option's probably going to be Mikal Bridges in terms of a viable shooting guard. Problem with Mikal, look, I don't hate this card by any means, and I'm not saying he's bad. I just think his jumper's pretty darn mid, to be totally honest, and that to me holds him back a bit. I'm not saying he's bad, but 25K for this card to 30K, yes, he's great defensively, yes, he's bigger by a couple inches, but I think Beal is better for sure, and I'd just rather pay the 10K for Beal, the 10 extra K for Beal, at least right now for me. And then the shooting guard position outside of that, I mean, you don't have many other options. You got these gems of the game guys you could go through and see if any of them are particularly good. I really don't know, but a couple of gems of the game options there, I'm sure. And then you also have like a Jaylen Brown or somebody like that you could run at shooting guard, I guess. Again, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Devin Booker's going to move well, at least. That's one thing I will say about Booker. He's going to move well. His jumper's going to be super nice. Offensively, he's going to be fun. Another card who's fun would be like a Zach LaVine as well. Like Sapphire Zach Levine's another guy who, if you were to pick him up, would be a fun shooting guard. So there's a couple names there as well at the shooting guard position. Moving on to small forward, your best options obviously going to be Pink Diamond Kawhi Leonard. Like, he's the best small forward in the game. He's like 500,000 MT though. People don't have that much MT unless you spend a ridiculous amount of money. You know what I mean? Like, just like Ja, it's just a card who's not attainable to the vast majority of the community, even if he is one of the best cards in the game. So kind of a no-brainer there as well in terms of, I mean, yes, he's amazing, but you can't really get him. Oh, this DeWanna Bonner card I haven't even looked at. I forgot about her at the shooting guard position. I literally forgot about this card. She's not, I mean, she's 6'4", so she doesn't have horrible size at shooting guard. You could use this card at shooting guard, okay. 90 perimeter, 84 steal, 88 interior, 88 speed. If she's got a good jumper, she's not bad at all. I don't know if she has a good jumper or not, but if she's got a good jumper, she's legitimately solid, and she's not very expensive either. 23K, that's not bad. 22K, I mean, hey, that's another shooting guard to use. I will say that. Outside of that, you don't really have anybody. I mean, your options in the small forward position are pretty limited otherwise. You know what I mean? Like, there aren't really a lot of guys you can really use. I feel like Mikal Bridges is a good option, obviously, at shooting guard or small forward because of his defense. I would realistically just use KD at small forward. Is probably the main guy I would probably want to use just because he's the pro pass reward. I feel like he's the main small forward. I know he's not buyable, but there isn't really any good value buyable small forwards is the problem right now. None really came out in this set. There isn't really that right small forward. I guess Mikal's probably the closest thing to it, but there really isn't that guy. I mean, if you have low 40, you could run Clay. You can grind for Glenn Rice if you want to as a small forward. Tobias Harris is usable as a level up reward, but there just aren't that many like viable, good small forward options right now. I mean, I would say Sapphire Franz Wagner's at least 6'10". He's got a decent jumper, so you could use him. Outside of that, I guess J-Dub at 6'5" probably has a solid jumper. I mean, that Wiggins card's probably decent if you wanted to pick up Gems of the Game Wiggins. There aren't a ton of options though at small forward. I will say it's a pretty weak position so far, but I'm sure we'll get a lot of better options pretty soon. Power forward, I like Julius Randle, to be totally honest. I like this card, especially for his price. He's okay. He should be sub 20K. He's not right. Okay, there he goes. 18K. So he's a pretty reasonably priced card for the power forward position. He's 6'8". He's got good shooting ability, very athletic, 85 standing and driving is not bad. And he's solid defensively. Not amazing, low block, low steal, but 79 perimeters, 82 interior, 81 speed, 86 defensive rebounding. Like, it's not bad. He's pretty athletic, pretty well rounded, 87 strength, 95 stamina as well. He's going to be an athletic, solid, good rebounding, like big, pretty physical option at the power forward position. Offensively, he's going to slash well. He's going to hit an open three. Like, this is a pretty solid card. I would definitely consider him as an option. Outside of that, I mean, you don't really have anybody else. That's the thing. There really isn't another. Like, Candace Parker would be your other best option. She's definitely good, by the way, and I don't want to sit here and say she's a bad card, but she's 6'4" at power forward. So that does hurt. You know what I mean? Like, that's not something that you can just easily get away with. Now, her stats are awesome. 89 speed, 93 perimeter, 95 interior, 92 offensive, 93 defensive rebounding, 86 steal, 91 block. She can actually dunk, 80 driving dunk. She can't standing dunk, but she can driving dunk. And I mean, she's a pretty good shooter. And I think her jumper's okay too. She's got really nice badges. The problem with the card is she's 6'4" at power forward. So she's probably one of the better options right now, but I don't know if I'd recommend paying probably about 100,000 MT is probably what she's going for a 6'4" power forward. It's just my opinion. I know her badges are really good, but to me, that's a little sketchy. You know what I mean? So I will say I probably would pass on her at power forward. At center, I mean, Boogie's really good. You could run Boogie at power forward too. Boogie's very good, but he's also only 70 speed, so he's not super fast. He's a solid, not incredible, but decent shooter. He's not even a buyout anymore. He was like 80K yesterday. He's apparently 100K. I would not pay 100,000 MT for this card, to be totally honest. 6'10" center who is, yes, he's a good shooter. Yes, he's a great standing dunker, and standing dunking is good in this game, so that's nice. Solid rebounder, 84 interior, 70 speed. He's not a bad card, but 70 speed isn't great. Like, if you compare this card, he's a decent defender. He's got 90-ish rebounding. And I mean, like about an 83 ball. Like, obviously PJ Brown isn't as good of a shooter, 67 3 ball, but 85 standing isn't bad. 80 driving dunk isn't bad. He's an inch taller. He's better all around defensively, and he's 6 speed faster. Card's a free card. You know what I mean? For me, I'm not paying for DeMarcus Cousins at center. Vlade, I would consider paying for, even though he's even slower than DeMarcus, just because he's a lot cheaper than DeMarcus as well. He's actually decent as well. Like, he's a pretty good card. He's one of the best stretch bigs in the game. He's not fast, but he's a very good inside finisher, and he's got good size as well. He's a very good rebounder. So he's good on the inside offensively. He's good at spacing the floor offensively, and he's pretty, like, he finishes well. He's got decent dunking. He's going to protect the rim well, and he's going to rebound well. He's not fast. He's not going to move his feet super well on the perimeter, but that's okay at this point in the year. And I think for a guy who's 30,000 MT or less, it's not terrible. Again, solid option. I think there's kind of like an argument to be made here for a couple different ways of playing this. Right now, you could kind of save your MT, Or you can buy a couple options. Like for me, I picked up a couple cards. Mike Conley, Bradley Beal. But besides that, I'm kind of saving for the most part, you know what I mean? And I'm waiting for new cards to come out. We're gonna get a ton of new content. We're gonna get a lot of better cards very soon. So I would be saving your MT for the most part. Maybe pick up a couple of options, and then for the rest of it, you can kind of just go with what you got, right? At least that's my thought process right now. I wouldn't worry too much about having the best team in the game here in the first couple days. Just pick up solid options, pick up rubies and sapphires and stuff like that to fill gaps if you need. Try to run some free cards, rewards, like the 87 plus packs might give you some decent stuff. The 90 plus packs, 92 plus packs definitely can as different rewards. Like just grind the game. You will be all right. That is my recommendation anyway for people who are trying to figure out how to get the team better, because I mean the game's very rewarding right now. It absolutely is compared to the last couple of my teams. So with that being said, that is going to do it for today's video. Hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.